Yes! It's that exciting time again. I'm very excited. Parts 37 and 38. So, let's have a look at 37. Now, seeing as we were starting on the other leg in 36, it's only logical that we completely forget about the leg in 37 and we go back to the lightsaber ejector system, whatever that might be. Got some very weird pieces here. Don't know what's going to happen. I think I'm going to be making a spoon first of all. A rebel spoon, of course, not an imperial spoon. In a nice black and white colour scheme. Let's get making the spoon. Alright, it says take the rack DF82 and the base plate DF86. That's labelled. Don't know if you can see that. At some point it might focus, but maybe not. And this they're calling DF82. It's got no DF82 written anywhere, just the number 2, which is there. Well, at least there's the 2 out of that, and this is 2 stages. Are you ready? That's number 1 stage. That's number 2 stage. It's dramatic, isn't it? Are you desperate to see more? Okay, I've got news for you. There's more coming, because number 3 is I've got to put a screw into there. So let's make our spoon. Ooh, that's exciting. And the next part is this is a whole numbered stage. You have to undo this. Don't know what the hell this is. Doesn't look like a sensor. I think it's just a motor. One of the more boring parts that everyone else thinks is really exciting and gets really excited over. I get bored by. Don't want to know about motors. I just like the lights and stuff. But anyway, that's our stage 4 done. Remove any kinks in the lead. Well, how? Do I just fold them? Oh, there we go. Magic. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? So, let's see what's next. Alright, we're breaking it down again. You've got to put this through the hole there in DF81. And then this thing will fit into the end. It says fit motor into the hole. So it is a motor. It only fits one way round. Is that true, DeAgostini? Is that really true? I'm going to put that to the test. Okay. It has fitted that way round. It's fitted that way round as well. What are you talking about? Okay. It fits 2 ways round. On to the next bit. It says press the motor all the way home. So, well, I'm guessing that's home. And then you have to fit the cog onto this bit. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of cogs and stuff like that. Anything with teeth in, I'm not that great at. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. The gear should fit all the way into the circular recess. I guess it does. Let's go for that. Hope we've done it right. Looks right. Maybe. Okay, next stage is fitting this weird piece here onto the black plastic. They show it coming in a rather sinister way there, looming into the right of the picture there. So you have to clip it into the little pin, which sounds very nice, except for the fact that I have absolutely no idea what they're aiming to achieve here. I would think that is right. So let's see what's next. Okay, for all those that were shouting at me just a few seconds ago, I have now discovered that it's supposed to be the black lead, not the yellow lead. And this side, which looks identical, doesn't stay down on the pin, but this side does stay down on the pin, which is again quite a clever little trick they've managed to implement. So I'm quite impressed with that. This thing, however, is still loose and just falls off if you turn it up the right way, or turn it up the wrong way. Alright, what's next is, whilst making sure that doesn't just fall off, you have to line up the other end on this side, and your pins should be going in very nicely. And it is, it's staying in place, even without any glue. Okay, that's done. And now I'm supposed to line it up with the weird rack thing. Where's my spoon? Okay, this is getting very weird now. I've still absolutely no clue what they're trying to achieve, but I've done it so that it looks like the picture, with a little bit hanging off the edge there. And then you're supposed to somehow fit this bit over the top and screw that in without dislodging any of this, which is going to be an interesting challenge. So let me go and do that now, because lots of swear words are coming. Let me see how to screw this in place. Okay, I'm not totally confident about this. You might even say I have a bad feeling about this. Looks like a machine gun now, actually. Quite cool. This bit is all over the place. Sometimes it moves, sometimes it just does not want to move at all. And this bit underneath is all wobbly. I mean, the cog still seems in place. It does seem to be gripping it. Sometimes it moves, sometimes it doesn't. And that's a bit weird. We're moving on now, and hoping for the best, that's for sure. Okay, you have to align the machine gun into the top, and then screw the bottom bits in first with these really weird long screws that you got with the last part. Oh no, two is shorter than the other. That makes life even more interesting. Okay, assembly should look like this. It doesn't. It looks like that, with the white bit there, and I can't push this back. I'm not confident right now. Worst case scenario is my lightsaber ejector does not work, but that to me is not the end of the world, because this will be buried inside the head anyway, so I can live without a lightsaber ejector not working, because there would be no real lightsaber flying out of it anyway, so that's not a massive deal to me. It's not a deal breaker. It's not an R2D2 breaker, so done what I can, and I hope that miraculously retracts at some point. We'll see. So on to the next part. Next part of the same part, I meant. We have to get this part, which was in part 36, maybe? Anyway, from a previous part, and slot it onto the end of that, lining up those two holes, obviously. And do you know, my brain is going to implode if they tell me one more time about 2.3 times 6mm self-tapping screws. I still don't understand what they mean by 2.3 times. But anyway, two of those screws in there, so let's do that. The end of the tube should look like that. Fortunately, it does look like that. So, that is part 37 of Build R2D2 Complete. It looks like a vicious kind of weapon there, still to me. And it might not ever work, but let's have a look at part 38. Part 38! And we're back to working on the other leg. And also, looky what they've given us. Some more plugs for the right leg, completed leg. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I am thinking these would have actually fitted in the bag that you gave us in the last delivery. Yeah, they're not massive. Come on, DeAgostini, be real. I wouldn't have minded fitting them all at the same time. That wouldn't have overwhelmed me. But, there you go. Right, let's get started on this one. Oh my god, this is super taxing. Are you ready for this? You have to take this part, the new part, and this part from the last part, and slot it in, basically. Line up all the holes and the pegs, and stick it into place, like so. Bit of an issue with lumps and bumps, but I think this should be alright. It says make sure they fit flush. It doesn't fit completely flush, I don't think. All the pegs are in, and it looks like I remember the other leg looking at this point in time, very early on. So what I'm going to do for the next few parts is I'm just going to edit together the parts for the original leg and just show you those again. I'm not going to do that. Of course I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it all afresh, because this time it might go even better. Now that I know the horror story that is the wiring along the ribbing of this thing inside, which will be on top of that. I think metal goes there, and then that horrible wiring was along the top of that. So we've got all that to look forward to. To finish off part 38, I'll be plugging up the rest of the holes in the other leg, so let's go and see what we can do. Well, I have to admit that was quite satisfying. The slight problem was that the plastic moulding right there covers, it overlaps the hole a little bit, so these are round, but that is not a round hole to put the round plug into. That looks a bit messy, which is unfortunate. I might get a knife in there. I don't know if anyone else that I'm following building this has had the same problem. Maybe you could leave me a comment and let me know, especially you, Chris, to see if you've had the same problem. I might maybe try and get a knife, maybe, well, that might make it even worse. But anyway, that's all those covered, except for these two. Don't tell me you're going to give me another 2 plugs later on. That being said, that is the end of part 38. Next video will be 39 and all the way up to 40. Can you believe it already? So, hope you've enjoyed the video, and see you next time.